Headline: National Bank to send 5 billion birr to Tigray region. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is African Renaissance Television Services with your evening news. I'm your anchor, Kalib Tensai. Stay tuned. National Bank to send 5 billion birr to Tigray region. A statement made by Prime Minister Abiy's security advisor Redwan Hussein through his official Twitter page has stated, in accordance with the decision of the Prime Minister, the National Bank of Ethiopia has started sending money to Tigray region's capital Mekelle, which amounts to 5 billion birr. The money will be dispensed throughout the Tigray region in hopes of restarting the capital crunch financial services of the region. The advisor also stated Ethiopian Airlines will increase its daily flights to the region's capital Mekelle to 5 times per day in comparison to the 3 it currently operates. The Prime Minister's decision seems to have come after his first meeting post the Pretoria Peace Agreement with TPLF representatives. A tax exemption directive issued for investors that expand capacity. The Ministry of Finance has issued a new directive that will exempt investors from trade profits obtained from the expansion of their capacity. More on the story from our reporter.
According to an article by the reporter, the directive issued by the Ministry of Finance will allow investors the opportunity to have tax-free gains for profits they can get with expanding their current capacities. The directive also includes a no custom duty on imports of material related to the expansion for investors that can present they can grow their current capacity by more than 50%. The tax breaks offered for the investors to grow their capacity will give tax cuts of 60 to 100% based on how much of the capacity the investment can produce. For investors to take advantage of this tax break, they will need to provide proof of their company being in operation for the past 36 months. They will also need to have an external auditor-approved report of their expansion investments.
Ethiopia makes Hawassa its second training center. Ethiopian Airlines inaugurated its second aviation training center in Hawassa this past weekend. In what will be its first aviation training center out of its long-standing Addis Ababa center, the newly inaugurated Hawassa center will accommodate 320 students and include 160 student dormitories. The center, which will have 72 teachers, was built with more than 300 million birr capital. Ethiopian Airlines Group CEO has said the center was built because of the increase in the service demand the airline has. The center was inaugurated in the presence of senior officials of the airline, Sidama Regional Chief Administrator, and the Mayor of Hawassa, according to a report by the Ethiopian news agency. And now, on to international news. East Africa leaders push for peace in Eastern DR Congo. East African regional leaders have once again urged for an immediate ceasefire by all sides that are involved in the conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The country is getting torn apart by its military clash against a rebel group that the government has accused Rwanda of supporting. Yabsara Wandimtaka has more on the story.
The call came after leaders of the East African community held a summit in Burundi on Saturday. During the summit in Burundi's capital, Bujumbura, the leaders of the regional East African Community bloc pushed for an immediate ceasefire by all parties, according to the communiqué issued at the end of the meeting. M23 rebel group has seized large areas of eastern DRC's North Kivu province in a rapid onslaught since October 20 that has threatened the provincial capital, Goma. The conflict has exacerbated regional tensions, with DRC accusing Rwanda of supporting the Tutsi-led rebellion. Although Rwanda has denied any involvement, United Nations experts and Western powers have also accused Rwanda of backing M23.
Pope Francis ended his trip to South Sudan with a fervent plea for peace and forgiveness in the war-torn country. More on the story from our reporter.
The Pope made his plea on Sunday as he presided over an open-air mass attended by 100,000 people on the grounds of Mausoleum for South Sudan's liberation hero John Garang in the capital of Juba. The Pope also called for an end to tribalism, financial wrongdoing, and alleged corruption at the root of many of the country's problems, while advising attendees to build good human relationships as a way of curbing the corruption of evil, the disease of division, the filth of fraudulent business dealing, and the plague of injustice.
More than 40 killed in Nigeria as gunmen and vigilantes clash. The latest violence ahead of parliamentary and presidential elections sees more than 40 people have been killed in clashes between gunmen and vigilantes in Nigeria's northern Katsina state. Our reporter has more on the story.
An Al Jazeera report on Friday stated that Katsina State Police spokesperson Gambo Isa said that an armed gang known locally as bandits attacked a village in Katsina Bakori local government area and had rustled cattle and sheep before fleeing into the bush. A local vigilante group mobilized and pursued the gunman, which led to the deadly clash and large loss of life on Thursday.
These were the news we had for you tonight. Once again, I'm Kalib Tensai from African Renaissance Television Services. Good night.